Greetings, this is Frina Riamentra, the half-elven YouTuber. I come to you with the third and hopefully final part of my reaction to Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 32. Due to time constraints, I was forced to split Part 2 into different parts. This will also be, it's not going full force right now, but this is by Fireside. I've been meaning to do this, tried this out for a while, like a Fireside reaction. And I hope to do many more in the future, because like, hopefully soon that flame will really start going. In the meantime, I have hot chocolate, snacks, and a weapon for it's something to deter wildlife. If only, but just by sheer fear. Anyway, okay. Before we get on this, I'd just like to state that I do not own nor am I associated with Critical Role, its YouTube or Twitch channels, or any other online presence besides being a fan who is now sharing with his fellow fans. The lighting should get better as the fire grows. I don't have like extension cord right out, so hopefully the battery lasts. It's not the greatest battery, so. And let's get back into this chapter of Critical Role.
And if we really need more food, we can always just head out and grab something outside anyway.
Are we allowed to leave?
Yeah, I'm going to.
No, you're allowed to leave if you like, yes.
And do we have to make our presence known every time we come in?
I mean, as long as you're wearing your cloaks and in time your medallion, that'll be enough. Especially if you're known to the perimeter guards, which you should be as of now. So, I'll continue the watch.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Leads you past a number of storage chambers, other barrack rooms. You know, there's one figure that kind of like looks like he just woke up, kind of comes out and kind of gives a nod and recognizes another person that was obviously at the Death Wish. Kind of like has that brief moment of recognition and smile. You know, that brief celebrity window once again.
Hi there.
Then eventually lead up to the third floor.
We have yet to see
here. The barracks chambers, the halls get like thinner and thinner. It kind of like pitches off the higher you get to the third floor. There are more barracks doors, but these are more intricate, larger, and there is one very large room with a double set of iron doors that is currently closed on the far end. In the middle space, where the bottom war room and the central kitchen area is in this, there is a tower war room, a secondary, smaller version, and this one is intricately decorated. This chamber has a beautiful, like dark mahogany round table in the center of it, high back chairs, and what looks to be these hanging banners all around that carry both symbols of different townships and cities throughout Marquette and beyond, as well as in the center of it all, in the back, the golden kind of buzzard skull of the Death Maven, or the Dust Maven, the Raven Queen of Marquette. The cultural interpretation of the Raven Queen. At this point, your Minotaur companion goes,
this is utilized as the hosting chambers for business. The Paragon's call with individuals that travel as emissaries from different parts of Exandria. Downstairs, that war room is more for the general soldier discussions.
Who's the most famous person you've ever had?
That's a good question.
I don't really keep up with those aspects of modern social dynamics. I apologize.
Modern social.
Anyone you admire?
Not really.
All right. That's great. That's man of culture. You are.
I appreciate the lessons I learn on a daily basis from Matanish. So I would say Lieutenant is pretty cool.
Oh, is he like your mentor? Your Minotaur mentor?
I would consider him a teacher, both of skill, combat talent, and philosophy.
Oh my god.
Wow.
No sense of humor.
No, he does not. He's all right.
Okay. Flirt harder.
Hey.
Anyway,
As you pass through perimeters, you do see there are breaks in the hallway that lead outward, and you notice there are some balconies. These like fortified balconies that sit on the outside of this fortress, where there are defensible walls with notches for artillery, crossbows, weapons to be fired through. And occasionally, as you go through the halls, too, you see the little points of light where other kind of ranged, defensible positions sit. They have little arrow slits in the wall to fire from.
Are there any rooms on this level?
There are rooms. There are a few other like kind of barracks-looking chambers, but the doors are nicer. You don't know if these are like guest chambers or if these are for the more elite soldiers of the Paragon's Call. And cycle through the third floor into the final staircase that ascends to the roof. And as you come to the roof, which is where you saw Treshy take that break that one time, as you emerge, there are all manner of chairs arranged for individuals taking watch. And you're passing like call soldiers as you do. And up here you can see there's at least 5 different call soldiers that are just kind of keeping eyes out. There's a large mount. Let's see, it first looks mounted a ballista, like a multi-armed, like 2 massive longbows that are kind of crossing each other, affixed to this massive bolt thrower. But the basis of it, you see, has a number of wheels, like a caster. And it can be like adjusted and moved and dragged from one wall side to the other. And there's a number of barrels filled with these long, jagged-looking metal bolts.
Oh, shit.
But there's braziers up here, like a series of large signal braziers that currently aren't lit, and they're just filled with all manner of dried wood at the ready in case they need to signal to something. But this is definitely a fortified watch point, and you can, from this height, you can see much of the city. The only things that kind of rival the size of this building at this height are the cisterns, the large crooked metal towers that gather the various monsoon rains when they wash through. And it's from this point also you can see, indeed, at the distance up kind of like the northern regions of the city where the wind is currently blowing from, the horizon is a bit muddied with brown and gray, meaning there is definitely a dust storm on its way to the city. And as this happens, you can see across the city there are other people who are starting to like close their shutters, lock off their windows, open portions of different roofs, and kind of
they might need the
visual elevated portions of the town are being locked down.
Be great cover.
At which point, the Minotaur kind of leans forward and glances over.
Looks like we'll have to buckle down soon anyway. Well, any questions?
Is there anywhere that we're needed the most? On the wall, inside the building, in the courtyard?
For today, anyway.
For the time being, just get yourself affiliated with your space. If you get told to handle any orders, handle them.
Oh, okay.
But primarily, you're just going to be keeping guard and watch while we take a good portion of our men for this shipment.
How soon does that start? Just so we don't go off and get drunk and do anything silly.
Well, today's day packing. We leave, I believe, tomorrow fairly early to try and make the most of the day. And then...
Do you know what the day rate is? How long you guys are going to be gone? I know it's a lot.
No. Each time we do one of these shipments, it takes about a week or so.
Oh.
And so that's times 7, 8. So and then whatever our day rate is, we're getting our pay for that then.
Right.
For a particular. All right.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
They're new.
Flirt harder.
Are you staying?
kind of just kind of gives you a look
I'm just curious. This is all just so fascinating to me, you know?
I understand. The first thing you should not be is curious. If you ask too many questions, you'll be ousted or disappear.
Ooh,
Have you ever been disappeared before?
I have.
I'm taking them through the ropes. They're a little green.
All right, that's okay. I'll make sure that the responsibilities are on your head.
Will you be going with the shipment, or will you be staying here?
Oh, I'm to be with the shipment. They're sending their elite and most trusted and effective soldiers on the shipment, which is why you were staying behind.
Well, you're in good hands. I hope someone makes an attack on the fort so we can show you how much we mop the floor with these fuckers.
I would be very impressed, and I hope that happens.
Too.
For the sake of your glory, and not because you will ruin this opportunity and be outshone by our more trained and trusted members and employees.
I appreciate your faith.
I like this guy.
Very blunt.
Thank you so much.
I do appreciate it.
Of course, your honesty.
Rockmond. Very helpful.
Good. That concludes the tour. You may return to your duties or your barracks. The choice is yours. Orders will come when they are needed. Follow me. And he kind of like pushes you all like arms out, kind of like funnels you back down to the stairs.
That was a good view, but that's
Like a parent, like a parent giving a tour for children in a museum, and it's just like pushing you all this way.
Still playing with my new toy. How's my man's AC?
Oh my god.
His
This is the new what time of day is it?
I'm so excited.
It's the first game I get to play with.
Yeah.
Oh, keen mind, dear.
He's better than you.
No, he's a pretty big guy. He wouldn't be that hard to hit. And he's not fully armored right now. He's kind of in his casual strolling gear.
Fun. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I think he
Leads you down through the third floor,
took a shining to
the
you.
second floor,
Yeah.
the first floor, and back out to the courtyard where you see Ratanish is there waiting, like talking to a few people, kind of arranging more of the shipment being moved on to this mammoth crawler. And there's like handing it on ladders. There's like a ladder up to the first platform of the massive mammoth crawler, and they're kind of like doing a fireman's line, bringing some of these crates up, and some of them are too heavy, and bringing something up. And there's, even glancing over, there's a lot of them just seem standard and heavy as fuck. Like even the ones like the smaller ones, they're kind of like, ugh, and handing it over to the next individual who's like, to get it up, it's two people to carry up and two people to carry it halfway up the ladder and then lift it up enough to get to the first tier of the mammoth crawler, where two more help and bring it on.
Maybe they need help loading
I'm gonna-
boxes.
Walk over and grab one because these people are
There we go.
embarrassing.
That's it.
Cool. It's heavy.
I'm pretty fucking strong. So.
It's true. It's true. So you start helping load it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And it's like, I appreciate that you're taking initiative.
There's a dust storm coming. I mean, for God's sakes, you don't want to be the fuck out of here for that shit.
This is true. I will say, initiative is rewarded in situations of defense of the Paragon Skull. Initiative is considered extremely bad if you are taking things you were not given orders to do.
That's fair. I was just bored. Okay.
I order you to help with the loading of this.
Oh,
please.
thank
We
you.
need more
Done.
people. See, there's a process to this. You wait for the orders, then you do them. When it comes to cutting throats that do not wear the capes, please take your initiative if you feel it is necessary. And if it is not necessary, then we just disavow any knowledge of you and toss you to the dogs.
Forget that I actually had things I liked about this town. This is crazy.
But yes, whatever can be done to help, please load up quickly, especially before this storm hits. And he kind of pulls up a cloth and puts it over his face a bit.
How long do these storms normally last?
It can depend. Sometimes a few hours, sometimes days. Hoping for a few hours.
They're real pretty.
You hear in your head, Chet, the storm would be a real nice cover if we're trying to sneak someone out.
Yeah. I'm hoping for days.
Unless they take treasure with him.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem.
He
Well.
could be the package.
Yeah.
So you jump in and start helping them move stuff.
Yeah, climb up to
Anybody
it.
who's got enough strength.
Yeah.
No, you can.
I'm strong as shit. I'm with you. Throw me a box.
Yeah, our magic people don't have to.
I'm made to kill. Lift with the legs, not lift.
Listen to your inner voice.
Are there any boxes that are easy to look inside?
There are a number of that are kind of like not fully closed or some that don't have a lid necessarily. And you see all manner of masonry materials. There are stone bricks, there are cases marked mortar, and there are tools, and it looks like there is just a lot of construction materials.
Y'all building something.
Nobody answers. And you can see like there's a lot of people who are like sweating. They've been doing this for a while, and it's hard, back-breaking work. And the new kids come up, and especially the casters are barely helping. And as soon as you ask that question, someone just kind of glances at you and just gets back to work.
Questions are the easiest way to get a deafening silence in this kind of work.
Why?
That was a question.
There is... it catches your eye. As you're having this conversation, you lean down and pick up a crate, or go to grab it, and you look down, and the size, the shape, the width, the length, the construct of this crate looks exactly like the one that you came across at Hexham's.
Fuck. Does it have a label on it?
It is. It actually, make a perception check for me. You see some, like, there's some elements on it.
10.
10. Okay. You glance down at it, and you can see there is a well-worn name that is essentially like ink stamped onto part of the wood. It reads, Treshy.
He's a vampire.
Okay. Is it open?
No, it's closed.
Yeah, I'm gonna move the car.
How heavy does it feel?
It's not very heavy, and as you move it, you feel like things inside that are kind of clinking. There's a faint sound of like, almost like glassware.
All right, I load it. I pay attention to where I load it on the cart. Are there others like it, or is that just the one?
You see maybe 3 others of the exact same size and make. About maybe like, 3 feet across, about a foot wide, and about a foot deep or so. You can go over. There is... Most of them are masonry construction materials. You see a handful of those crates, and there are 2 small, like, black super lock boxes, like reinforced chests that are in the tail end of this, kind of sitting in the middle of this whole scenario.
Are they heavy, or are they...
Oh, you haven't gotten them yet. They're kind of like everything is being moved away from around it, so you have to move the rest of the boxes, and someone else grabs another one of the Treshy marked crates and starts moving over and setting over to you to pass up the front there.
The black lock box is also marked with the Treshy stuff, or?
Make a perception check.
That's 2. Plus something. Yeah, that's a 2.
Don't you have advantage on perception?
Oh, you're right.
Because your shield?
It's been a while. It's been a whole week.
It's been a while.
But still pretty crap. That's 12.
12. Okay.
Not as bad as
So yeah, the black crates do not have a Treshy name on them that you can see, at least from like where they're sitting and over there in that space.
What are the AC of the crates?
Pretty high.
Do it harder.
How fully packed are the crates? Is there some space in there packed to the gills?
I mean, the ones with construction materials are packed pretty well, but there's some small gaps in there, like a foot here.
All with lids or tops off, or
it varies. Some are closed, some are not. It looks like some of it was just kind of what was amassed and found. Some of it was, shipped and brought along with some semblance of, well, this is just stonework and mortar. No one's going to try and steal this from these people.
Right.
So there wasn't a lot of care put into that. But the other Treshy marked crates and the more lockbox ones are being watched. Like as you're kind of grabbing them, there is definitely like at first you're like, this has been nice. They didn't seem like they were paying too much attention, though there always was someone around. And now that you're here in the middle doing this, you begin to realize that like everyone is watching you. They're kind of like using this as a gauging mechanism.
Yeah.
I can't lift crates because it'll rip my arm off the shoulder. So I like touch them and pretend to help. And then I want to look kind of back up at the fortress and see, do I see anybody peeking through windows? Any sign of
Make a perception
Treshy?
check.
Basically just want to see if there's Treshy.
Boom!
That's not too bad. 17.
17. You do not see anybody that resembles Treshy from what you can tell. You can see like there are the bodies on the roof, the very, very top of the fortress that are kind of patrolling and looking down. One of them just kind of keeping an eye on what you're doing and looking just past the walls beyond.
That third floor, are there windows?
There are no windows. There are arrow slits and the occasional reinforced balcony that is defensible.
Balconies, right.
That's crackle going.
Which are open, like they're not enclosed with glass or anything, but they're just like they have these heavily reinforced stone walls, almost like crenellated sides, where they're high enough to defend anybody who's being shot at by any sort of ranged weaponry, but they can still fire through pretty easily.
And they're open up top?
They are, yes.
Doors on the other side, I guess? Just regular doors getting into the... Okay.
I'm gonna go over and try to see if I can move a crate or something and help out.
Okay.
But at the same time I do that, I'm gonna use telekinesis to try to push the lid on one of the Treshy crates and see if it will move at all.
Okay.
Nothing that I'm...
So hard not to go invisible.
Nothing that I'm looking at, nothing that I'm like touching or anything. I'm just gonna try to do it with my mind.
Just waiting for
It kind of, it shifts ever so slightly, but as it does, you hear and feel resistance and the slight flick of what you didn't notice was a lock on the box. And that is the last one of the Treshy crates being lifted as you're like kind of helping carry it over to the base of the ladder that leads up to the crawler, which hands it off to you and one of the other figures that grabs
And
it.
it's and this is just one cart. They're not loading multiple carts. There's just one cart.
Run and
everything's
go
being
back
pulled
and get
onto,
that
or is it
ring.
like a couple of carts?
You don't see any carts anymore. Like these were offloaded.
Yeah.
And then they may have been here for a short time, and then now they're being loaded up onto this crawler.
Yeah, this crawler. Okay.
This is the last one and we're carrying it. I'm helping. Am I helping out like somebody else carry? Obviously I can't.
Yeah, you're helping. Somebody else is helping you carry it, and it's kind of like giving you that look of like you're not even trying.
I'm trying. And then as we're walking towards the ladder, I'm gonna just trip.
Okay. So you're trying to trip and push.
I'm just gonna get fired.
I just want the crate to fall.
I know. I understand.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Oh
boy.
No. 5.
5. Okay. So you kind of trip and try and make it fall. The person holding it goes like, whoa, and like catches the other side and it slams into the ground and kind of cracks. But nothing more than that. You do hear a heavy like clattering of some like heavy glass. Nothing that sounds like shattering, but definitely like.
Oh God, you did it with the.
I'm sorry. I'm just. I was
No,
just trying to help.
don't touch it. I got it.
It's not okay.
Any reactions stand out above from all the people looking down at us in that moment?
You can see everyone kind of like lean forward, and the general sense of tension in the courtyard now is definitely elevated.
I will not help anymore. I'm sorry about that. I was just trying to.
Picks it up and brings it over and hands it to you and the other individuals helping you carry it up. And you lift it and set it up onto the car. So all of those are now loaded. Now it comes back to the 2 lock boxes and a handful of other masonry crates that are going to be handed beyond that too. Is nobody's volunteering for the lock boxes?
I am.
Okay.
Go girl.
I
So
just
you go over, and these, as you walk up, it's like a black metal that even the layer of dust on it, you can see beneath it. It's really, really well made. It looks reinforced, and there is a heavy lock on the front. There are 2 handles on the sides that are kind of bolted in, and as you go to reach one of the other, unless anybody else comes up there, another person comes over to grab the other handle.
I'll help.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, you both lift it up. It's
Yeah.
Lighter than you expected.
Oh.
Like the box itself has a good heft to it, but whatever the contents are, it isn't like filled with rocks or
Maybe less wood on fire.
metal ingots.
Good glow, but
So not too bad.
Just walking it to the crawler.
Yep.
Okay.
Just walking it over.
Walk it over to the bottom where
I grab it. I pick it up. I assume by myself.
it's pretty light. The other person next to you goes and reaches the other handle and it's like,
Here, I'll just get the other one.
okay.
You want one?
What kind of locks on it? What's the? Is it
Don't do.
is it just
Don't do.
a standard closed lockbox or?
There is a fairly well-made latch on it. It's it's not masterwork make by any means, but it definitely isn't a easy general store-bought padlock or anything.
I'll make sure to set it down in a direction where I'm gonna try and scoot it in a way where that lock could be accessible.
Okay.
If it were just don't stick it in the left.
Yeah.
Is there another one, or was that?
There's
the one?
There's one more.
another.
There's two of those.
Can I have your help again?
Of course.
Thank you. I'm gonna look at the box and see if there's anything written on the box.
Most of the crew that was-
lock.
Most of the
everything.
crew that was doing the hard work before has now backed off, and they're letting you do the majority of it. Partially because they're exhausted, and they're kind of letting this be a trial run of the new crew, just doing manual labor without fucking it up.
Lazy.
So what are you looking for specifically?
How big is the box?
Oh, it's about 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet. It's almost like a cube almost. With the slight rounded edges on the top, but it's a very well-made metal chest.
Okay, and look for markings on the lock, around it. See if there's anything on there.
And since we're in the cargo area, can I give and just see if there's any sort of unusual scent, fey, fiend, or undead?
Yes, you may. Go ahead and roll for that smell to the air. And you are searching for, you said, markings around?
Markings, the lock, any names.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
18.
18.
21.
21, okay. 18. You smell in the air. I mean, there's definitely the scent of fey from Fern. But nothing undead or fiendish or additionally fey that catches your immediate attention. No markings around the lock, but at the very, very top of the box, there is a symbol that is faintly engraved in the top of it. It's like 3 elongated diamonds that all conjoin in the center. Almost like there's 2 points here, a third point with a sort of almost curling underneath of multiple small spines, almost like 2 hands holding in the bottom, but they're thin and long.
Oh. Jenny. Do you see what's on the top of the box?
Can I see what's on the top of it?
Yeah.
Can I see what's on top?
You can see it as you're carrying the box, however.
Yeah,
You want to make a history check if you want to.
I've only been around for fucking ever, y'all.
You're a youngster.
That's true. Dirty 20.
I rolled a 1.
This technically you wouldn't have an advantage on because this is not pertaining to the certain creatures you hunt.
Fey, fiend, or undead? Not as good.
No.
14.
14?
She got a 1.
A 1.
A 1? Okay. Yeah, you see the symbol. You don't recognize or acknowledge really what it means.
It's probably like a flower.
I wish.
Yes.
The person loading the crates and the chests up on top of the prowler, what is it?
Yeah. The mammoth crawler.
Is it just one person stacking things up on top?
There are 2 figures up there that are accepting. They were accepting the larger, heavier crates. There was especially for the heavy masonry materials, there's the chain for that purpose. You guys got there just in time for most of the heavy shit to be done, and now you're coming over and picking up the lighter shit, and there's a little bit of an air of course, amongst the people who've been here for as much time as it took to get the rest of it loaded up there. And from where you can glance when you were approaching it too, there's a lot of masonry. There's a lot of construction materials that had already been loaded up there. Okay.
Where was the first black chest placed?
It was placed a little further in, meant to be there was almost a gap left centrally amongst the rest of the. Most of it was arranged almost like a C formation, and for the more fragile materials, those have been set, it looks like, towards the center of that grouping.
Don't do it. Don't.
Just gonna
The
put it
twinkle in your
down.
eye.
I'm not. That's always there. I'm
Are
gonna
we-
put it down,
Okay. Are we handing the box up now, or
You put it down.
or I guess I'm gonna pass it off to Ashton.
Up to you. What are you doing?
Should I try to put it in my skirt?
no? We're
What
going
the
to
fuck?
No, no,
Just
no.
hand it up to Ashton. Hand it up.
Yeah.
We're being twinkle in your eye.
Piece kind of there was almost a gap left centrally amongst the rest of the. Most of it was arranged almost like a C formation, and for the more fragile materials, those have been set. It looks like towards the center of that grouping. So
Don't do it. Don't.
Just gonna
The
put it
twinkle in your
down.
eye.
I'm not. That's always there. I'm
Are
gonna
we-
put it down,
Okay. Are we handing the box up now, or
You put it down.
or I guess I'm gonna pass it off to Ashton.
Up to you. What are you doing?
Should I try to put it in my skirt?
no? We're
What
going
the
to
fuck?
No, no,
Just
no.
hand it up to Ashton. Hand it up.
God.
We're being watched.
What an
I
interesting
would
way!
know.
What's an interesting way to get killed? Why don't we just put it right up?
It lifts up the second black box and places it upon Mammoth.
We're on stage at the Globe Theater. We don't let anyone see.
No one will see.
Like everybody looking.
With that, there are about 5 more crates of construction materials that one after the next, and you're starting to really kind of break a sweat here in the heat with the work. For those of you who are putting the work in, but you do manage finishing loading the Mammoth Crawler. At which point they set it up there. They take a large, like, woven net and lay it over the boxes and begin to kind of bolt it down. You can see on these like hooks on the edges of the Mammoth Crawler to keep it grounded and keep it locked in for the coming sandstorm.
Yeah, do we see the storm on the horizon? How many-
At this point now, the sky's starting to darken a bit, and the wind's picking up. And folks are starting to like glance around at the leadership. And at this point, as the final elements are situated, Ratanish approaches. Very good for your first orders. Well done. Now, no further orders beside. Sit tight, stay in your chambers, maybe get some food in a bit when it is prepared in the mess hall, and wait out this storm. Well done.
When is everyone leaving again?
Tomorrow. That's when you will be given your next round of orders to keep watch.
Sorry, I just didn't know as soon as like we were taking over the guard and.
You'll be
Seems
notified.
like it. All right.
So, welcome to Paragon School. First day, not so bad.
Do you have any hats? Like matching hats? I just feel like the blue clashes with the yellow and I just want to rep. Call.
We do not have any hits.
I'll make
Blue
some.
does not clash with yellow. Look at FCG.
It looks great.
Blue and yellow go together so
Excuse
well.
me, excuse me.
Blue. I thought we
Just
were
worry
yellow
about
cup
yourself,
folks.
okay?
I swear they're really good at what they do.
Purple and yellow's a whole
They're
other
really,
thing.
they're really.
Appetizing blue and yellow works very well.
Oh,
But no hats. You are welcome to make a hat if you want to wear one, but we have no uniform hats. It's not part
I'll
of our
make one and then you tell me if you want any duplicates. I just need a little advance notice. I'm very backed up in orders these days.
Very well. And I will say, you know, personal hobbies are encouraged here at the Paragon School. You are not intended to be waiting alone, staring at the wall while you're between orders.
Do you have any hobbies?
I do.
I have a
Detect thoughts.
elevator break.
All right.
I love you. I love you.
You
so much.
immediately get a wave of imagery, like just surface imagery, curling through his mind. You see what looks to be the very small tools, meticulously adding filigree to what looks to be like a piece of jewelry. You see like the bending of metals and like these little curls, and then setting a little stone in there.
Yeah,
And as you get this image, he looks and goes, "None of your business."
Understood.
Well, it is time to make haste with the interior before things get to bed. Go.
We'll see you inside.
My Etsy store is called Rattan-ish.
Etsy store.
They have discount if you buy in bulk. At this point, it looks like a number of the perimeter guards do not get to leave, but they are now like heavy goggles, face wrapped in like a very thick cloth, and they are still just walking the perimeter but keeping low. And as you all begin to step into the interior, the first wave of dust kind of begins to really darken the sky above as it hits. As you step in, the doors close behind you, and you begin to hear just the sound of dust and sand kind of hitting and scraping across the exterior of the fortress, kind of giving this faint, echoing sound, almost like a very distant crackle. At which point, all the different members of the call begin to kind of scatter amongst the interior of the fortress, and you get the sense that you're kind of left to your devices at the moment. Never alone, because there's many people within the fortress, but you get the sense that there isn't an immediate sense of worry, because anywhere you go, you'll likely find somebody.
And we're in a big donut, right? Like a courtyard where we can see higher levels around us?
Not the courtyard anymore.
No, we're in
You've now entered the fortress.
But when we were loading, we were.
When you were loading, you were in the courtyard, yes, which kind of mostly surround. The fortress doesn't sit right in the center; it's kind of a little off-center. But the courtyard does surround the fortress with the wall that's kind of like a large pentagon.
Yeah, we can head to our quarters and have a little. Yeah, let's head to our quarters. Catch up.
All right. You head back there, and you can see 2 additional cots have been added. There are now cots for all of you to stay. The floor is very cluttered now. There's maybe a good foot and a half of space between each cot, and yeah, I mean, it's not great, but it's better than not having beds, I suppose.
Sure.
There are empty shelves. Once again, you have the lock boxes at the base of each cot, and it's yours.
I reach in and pull out the Trishy Scribble.
Should we make sure we're not being watched or listened to?
We're in our quarters.
Yeah, maybe they bugged it.
A little what?
Well, I'm just looking. I'm not speaking.
I can't detect magic.
I thought you had a thing where you could.
Not every
Oh, you
day.
identify it. You identify the object. Never mind.
Oh, I can.
You can detect magic?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, let's do that.
Great.
Amazing.
I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
Jesus. Switch over to
Level 7.
While we're
Well, what I just did. Oh,
playing
shit.
Scrabble.
How lucky that I haven't been able to do that.
That's a toothpick?
yeah.
That's supposed to be a toothpick? Really?
I'm just going to walk along the walls and look for any holes and see if I can find
That's a really good idea.
Detect magic.
spy.
She's detecting magic.
Or if you can hear can you hear people's brain if they're paying attention?
So you're detecting magic in your chambers where you're sitting?
Yeah.
Okay, looking around the room, glancing about, nothing seems to spark a glow of magical essence beyond what you have on yourselves necessarily.
Nothing in the I guess under the cots in the hallway.
I don't.
You pulled out the thing? Yes. So for the item that you have that is tracking
The ring.
the ring.
Yeah.
Did you return the ring?
We returned the ring to the shop, I think.
I think you did. Yeah.
So
Yes.
we were hoping maybe he.
But unless
Wait,
we
got it?
Seems to be pointing away in the
Okay.
direction of where
Okay.
it was.
But I haven't. I think I can, because I've seen him. I know him. I could find him here if we. Yes.
We have
If
to
he's here.
find him before he leaves. We do know this, right?
This storm could be an excellent cover to get him out.
Absolutely.
I
The
think
moment he gets on that crawler,
he's gonna go with him, right? I mean,
Maybe.
We assume.
If
And
all
that's
his
a-
stuff
that's
is
a-
going,
I don't necessarily know if it's his stuff going. It might be that they're doing a job for him and I don't know, it looks like they're building something.
Would one of those things head out in the middle of a sandstorm, or
No.
would they delay?
Maybe they're heading out to that camp outside of town that we
wouldn't.
saw from.
yeah. Well, we saw.
They would have to be
heard
insane to
about
go
it.
out in this weather. That's
Chet and I saw a symbol on top of one of the little
Draw it.
boxes. Well, it was like this, and then it had diamonds all coming together, 3 of them. I'll draw it.
Does that sound familiar to any of us?
Anybody here trained in history or
Yes.
proficient in history? Go ahead and roll.
No.
Oh.
Come on, Rudy. Pretty good, 22.
22. Yes, you recognize the symbol she draws, this to be the symbol of the Cerberus Assembly.
Okay.
Same bad people.
The Soldiers Academy is not the same as the service.
No, but they're
Trent
they're
picked
entwined
his
in some
faves
ways.
From the Soldiers.
Okay.
Trent, the Cerberus Assembly.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
One's a university, the other's a cabal of powerful mages.
What's the symbol for the Soldiers Academy?
It's it's 3.
It is 3
Ding
diamonds.
No, for the Cerberus Assembly, it's the 3 diamonds and the
Yes.
the symbol of the candles around it.
Soldiers Academy, the mascot is a wildcat.
Yeah. It's a Spartan, actually, which is really weird in Exandria. There doesn't even have Spartans.
Let's go,
Spartans don't exist.
Cerberus.
Well, I would say if his luggage is getting loaded onto that crawler, we can assume he's probably trying to get the fuck out of town.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think that's that's not luggage on there.
Yeah, but
Why would it go without him? Those were very fancy and bolted with locks.
you might be building something similar to what Fern's parents were building.
I'm just
they're
saying it would
building
make
something.
more sense if we assume he is leaving, because if he leaves, we're fucked.
Right, but we won't leave until the
If he
the
leaves,
storm goes
we're
up.
not
No,
super
but I'm
fucked,
just
but
saying
we are
we've got.
definitely.
What time is it?
I'd say all the work you've done, getting Philly to here, it's like mid-afternoon.
So we've got the day.
Got
Or
the rest
however
of the day
long-
and the evening.
Or however long this
While he's
storm
asleep, we
takes.
could grab him.
Long the storm takes.
Why would he be asleep right now?
No, at night.
when-
Oh, that's right.
So we know
It'll
that.
probably be guarded.
If the storm gives us more time in the morning, fantastic. But we can't assume that it will.
He's probably in the basement, right?
Or there was
Or
a locked
in-
room.
Or in those top rooms.
Can any of us change our appearance?
Yeah, I can.
We can go invisible.
Did you want another?
No, I'm good.
I think a snatch and grab inside the building is a terrible idea. I think that if we're going to do this, we're going to have to have a way out.
Well, yeah, if we grab him and we put him in the thing, no one will know we have him and we go.
Put him in what thing? Oh, in that thing.
In the hole.
It's just about finding him and
But they won't leave without him in the morning. That's what I'm.
It's a big assumption that he's going with them, but yeah.
But it's safer to assume that is because if he's not, then cool, we can just snatch him when everyone else is gone.
If he's not already gone.
Oh no.
We don't know if he's here. We don't know.
We can find out. Maybe.
You said you can detect people.
I can know where he is right now, so when the party's getting ready to leave, I can detect if he's with them, I guess, but by then it's too late.
Why
However,
don't you just look for him now then?
Yes.
I could find him in the place right now.
We'll just
What are
go
we going to
get
do with
him
him?
right
We're going to just go
Put him in
get
the
him right
hole.
But then when they go to look for him, they'll be like, where is he? Lock the hatches, batten down the gates.
Well,
no
we
one
get
is
him, we
gone.
leave.
We don't
We
have
just
to
have
stay
to get
here.
him and leave.
There's nothing keeping us here.
Other than
And even if you
walls,
just
guards.
find out where he is now, we at least know if he's up or down.
We just agreed to do this job. We're just going to quit without 2 weeks' notice? That's not right.
Fiji makes
You
an
can
excellent
ignore
point.
your HR protocols.
Yes.
You can just,
I mean, how are they going to have time to find a replacement for us and train them?
We're in the state of California. They're very forgiving with the laws.
Is Lazarus a right to work city?
Yes, actually.
So, side note, we know that Otahan, well, we don't know. We think that Otahan has had dealings with Cerberus Assembly members, so
Right.
small chance one is here today.
Also, if we...
Is Daleth?
Sorry.
No, I wasn't
Fern,
gonna
you were
say-
going to say something.
I was not actually.
Were you going to
That's what
say
I'm saying.
doot to doot?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if he's here?
Here, our mission was to come... Our mission was to come grab Trish and get out of here.
Yeah.
But don't you feel like our mission has changed a bit now? There's some grand conspiracy going on that involves gods and the moon and something being built in the desert. If we nab this guy and leave, we don't track any of that. We don't get to see what they're building in the desert. We don't even get to see what the moon is doing. We don't get to go to Eos. We don't get to do any of that. We just go back home with a guy.
No, we go back home and get a airship.
Correct.
And
Then
then
we go
what?
wherever we need to.
We can also just toss his ass on the airship, and then we can take the crawler to Eos.
I'm just saying, if we follow these people, we might learn more than if we just abandon them.
Oh, I like that.
I say we listen to the
That way,
killer assassin over here.
if he's on the cart, then we're safe. But he's not on the cart, we're also safe. That
So
kind of covers all the tracks.
Stow away onto the crawler.
7 people on a cart. They'll never see us.
Yeah, what?
Question: is there a way that we can? Is there something we can do to the cart to actually know where it's going and when? Like, if there's a way that we can track it.
We could go get
Buy
a
back
ring,
that ring. Put it on the
Correct.
cart.
And put it on the
throw it on the
front.
cart. Or, wait, do we have sending stones? We only have
We
one.
could use the sending stones.
We only have one.
Oh, but or Imogen could hide on the cart. You can communicate with us wherever you are.
Right, I just hide on it and just send y'all messages.
Hard no.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
So-
I could do it.
First step 1.
Ooh,
I
I'm
can
not
send
gonna
as
send
well.
anybody alone.
Locate Treshy. Step 2. Go get the ring. Because that covers all of the things that we're considering, right?
We don't already have it? We didn't buy it?
It's in the fucking shop.
We left it at the fucking
Because
shop.
remember, when everyone was like, what if he goes back and get it?
Yeah, but we can come and go out of the fort. Plus, there's a fucking storm coming. We'll be back there and back in no time.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
That storm is more
Who's
than
gonna
we
go
think
get that
it's going to
ring?
be. But
Please. I've seen
Someone
the storm.
fast and furious.
I could go.
You're neither of
furious,
those
but I'm not
things.
Make 3 stops on the way.
Should we locate Treshy?
Yes, let's do that first.
While I'm doing that,
Yep.
I'm gonna take out from my backpack. Don't worry, I'll move slowly. Take out I got a glass eye. I don't remember where from. I got some copper wire. I know this is a big ask because it doesn't involve wood. But can you fashion this into some sort of a bauble or trinket or piece of jewelry that looks homemade, like a brooch?
Are
Britannish.
you asking me to work with the metal?
I am. Brooch?
Give it here.
Brooch? Brooch? What's the difference?
I have no
I
Brooch
think
idea.
one
isn't
is
a
just a
word.
brooch is a poorly said brooch.
I've heard people say brooch.
they were wrong.
Well, you're also, you lived in ancient times.
Yeah,
maybe
no,
it's a
it's-
brooch back
that's
thousands
the
of years
root
ago.
Do it. What do you
Say the
what-
etymology.
You want the eye to be wrapped in the little piece
Yeah,
of
like
metal?
it's some sort of like a pin or
Like a
something.
brooch.
Hold on.
you know,
give
Why
me
do
the
you
eye.
need a brooch?
Give me the metal. Give me the
I got some
metal.
insight into what our main contact here.
I tear a little strip off of my yellow cloak.
Oh, you want to give this a gift to Britannia?
And I take the strip
maybe
and I wrap it
I'll-
around my eyes like a blindfold.
Or he'll see the
Oh my
Or he'll
god.
see that Chetney's working on it, and he'll be like, "Oh, you have an interest in metal work as well," and then they can bond and become best friends. We can get more information out of
I see.
That's not a bad idea.
it. Sorry.
How's he doing blindfolded?
Let's roll. Can you go ahead and make a dexterity check for
Guidance.
me with disadvantage because you're blindfolded?
But guidance.
Nine.
Okay.
Okay.
It so it definitely, like, you put it together, and it definitely resembles kind of like, I guess you can call it a brooch.
Or a brooch.
This is more like a brooch. Let's be honest. With a 9, this is definitely a brooch. It
It's a weight class thing.
it looks almost like a corkscrew, more than like to actually apply it to something. You have to like push it into a thick enough material that'll like grasp into it, but might hurt yourself in the process. But you know, it's a piece of jewelry.
I hand it back over and take off the blindfold. Never happened.
I actually love it.
You can have it,
Certainly hasn't happened yet.
but if that man comes around, just act like you just made it.
No, I can say that Chetney makes jewelry.
I don't fucking make jewelry.
Listen to me, Chet. This is not a bad thing. You're allowed to expand your creativity.
I don't know if there's a big market for wooden jewelry.
I'd wear it.
Yeah, wooden beads.
Would it
Beautiful.
turn you on a little?
I'm gonna put my brooch. Where should I put the brooch?
I don't know
To
where.
be full
I didn't
display.
make
Right
that.
on your bosom.
And
like
yet we
right
watched you make it.
Yeah, put it like where your
Okay, put it
flower
right
is right
here.
here so it like catches the cleaves.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna put it right here. It's beautiful.
Never.
I mean, it's adequate.
Never.
He did his best. He did his best.
I did nothing.
Pretty good for not having
And his-
worked with metal before.
Well, I mean,
Or
his
eyeballs.
best could only be that good because he's just, everyone's got their limits, and
Yeah.
clearly Chetney has limits.
If I locate this person, I've only got an hour.
All right.
Don't get mad.
Well, we can at
it's
least find
nice.
out which
It's very
way you
nice.
Up or down. That's all I care about right now.
Okay.
Are we allowed to leave the room?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
go
can go
anywhere we
anywhere we
want
want.
except the basement.
Not go to the
All right.
spots.
I'm gonna try to find him. We ready?
Right.
Yeah.
Are you casting?
Locate creature.
Okay, creature. Okay.
The head of one of the wealthiest Mahan houses.
You finish concentrating on this spell for a moment, and as you kind of open your eyes once more, you see the lens eyes of F.C.G. kind of glowing this faint white coloration. And as you envision the individual of Armand Tresci, you sense a strong pull in a downward direction,
Fucking basement.
Yeah, well, that was obvious.
like almost directly beneath you.
Ooh. Directly. What's the floor made out of?
That's
Stone.
harder.
If only I had chosen a different spell, I could.
Stone shape.
Below us?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I'll go check it out.
Like how? Invisibility.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right, take the jewel thing just in case you get stopped.
What am I going to do with that?
You're gonna charm the Minotaur man.
I'm gonna make it. Wait. I'm gonna make a connection with you right now.
Letting this happen at this point.
Wait, the jewelry's not the Minotaur man.
And
Wait. Oh,
Yeah.
that was Ratanish?
Those
if
are-
you
yeah.
find him and
Looked
you
like a
can get
Minotaur
to
to me.
him,
In my
give him
in
the
my
whole-
mind space.
give him the hole just in case he can get him.
You want the hole?
Say it again, but slower.
There you go. Just don't lose it.
Okay. Kind of tuck it in my harness.
Just let us know if you see him. Just tell me in my head if you spot him, and you have access
We're
to him.
connected?
What are we
We're
gonna
connected.
do?
Balls.
Yes.
Wang.
What exactly are we gonna do if we?
Bless you.
How do we get out of
dust.
here?
I'm not going to try. I'm just trying to run a little recon. We don't even know anything about the
Exactly.
basement.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
Well,
recon. I'm
Fern
okay
went
with.
through it, right? As a
how we got
little.
You went through the basement?
When she was a little quokka.
You made it to the basement or on the ground floor?
I did.
You made it to the basement? No.
You didn't make it in the basement.
She doesn't
think
know
I did.
anything.
I don't think it all looked the same.
We don't even know where the entrance to the basement is, right?
No.
Like when we went upstairs, were there stairs going down?
No, there was a hall to the left.
I'll try there.
So you're just gonna take the portable hole. Just
You know
in
what I'm going to
case.
do? I'm going to go invisible.
Shady, before you go, if you get him in the hole, come back and put us in the hole, and then go out.
I'll be right back. Anyone want to come with me?
Where are you
Where
going?
are you going?
Ashton, Orem,
To poop?
What?
I'm gonna go get that fucking ring.
Oh God, you're
There's
leaving?
no way to get. How they're not gonna let you out of the
They said we can come.
We can come and go.
Yeah, we can
middle of
go.
this shit.
I'm going if anyone wants to come.
Oh, I'm coming. Do you have your goggles and a mask? Hold on.
Sure, my eyes have a weird glassy layer.
Whatever
over
you
top
do,
of them.
protect
It's
your
fine.
lungs.
It's tight.
It's gonna be. Oh boy.
Be safe.
I will. I'll be right back, I promise.
I'm.
You better be.
Yeah, you need an accompaniment. I'm gonna fucking.
Right.
We're a local. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want that fucking ring back. I've got this cool orb, and I want that fucking ring. I'm going for that ring with Ashton. Yeah, you're coming with me?
I'm coming with you.
All right.
Okay. So you come to the front gates, and there are two members of the call that are there kind of, keeping watch, sitting as you approach. It's like, okay, if that's what you want to do.
and they kind of pull the gates open immediately. It is just blustering, darkened sandstorm. Like, you push outward into it, and your eyes are stinging, and even just like trying to go through, you can just vaguely make out the shape of the wall around you. It's middle of the day, but the shadows that are being cast and the density of this dust storm, you can just see the darkness of the wall, and kind of gauging the shapes of things that were out and about. And the mammoth crawler looks like a looming beast standing, 2.5 stories tall over there, and it takes you a second to kind of gauge it, and you push past, holding your eyes tight, go to the main gates, and you can see there's nobody there to crank and open them. But you do see on this side there are 2 large chain cranks, and so you can go ahead.
I'm gonna go. May we all have a friend this good.
It's difficult. They're situated in like a pulley system where it doesn't take a whole lot of strength to do it in comparison to the size of these gates, but it's still difficult anyway, especially with the storm going, and you push and the gates open just enough for the 2 of you to leave, and you push out into the street. And looking out here in the street, you can just see the vague shapes of buildings nearby, and you can see kind of visibility is dog shit right now.
Take out a length of rope, and I'm gonna hand half of it to you.
I was going to do the exact same thing.
Do not let go.
All right.
You have got masks and goggles, and I've got the hood up and anything I can do to. I should know the easiest way to get to the market, or at least a way of finding the next, like what direction to walk from where we're at to the next physical object that would identify where we are.
Yes, I would say make a survival check, and if you get advantage because this is your home turf.
And I have the orb.
Oh,
that's true. You do have the
Point
orb.
me in the direction.
Yeah.
Where the fucking ring is.
No, that it doesn't. Oh, it does. It does take you.
Yeah, it does.
So we do have a compass.
So you do. So you don't have to worry about that as much. As you begin to consider that, you pull out the orb, and you can see, like, in the dust, there's that, like, faint blue glow as you hold it underneath. And you, kind of clutching onto both sides of that cloth, push on, following this, weaving through streets and alleys until eventually you come to the outside of the...
One is going to get exfoliated into dust.
Yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. Oh, wait, there it was.
The Bank of Renewal? No.
The Bank of Renewal, yes. So you come to the outside of the bazaar. All the shops are shuttered. All of the carts are closed. It is right now a ghost town, as everyone has locked in for this storm to pass. And so you kind of move past the main gates, and it just kind of, you see like the shadow of the main entryway arch that you kind of push past. So one's pushing back, a couple of loose things kind of tear past you, kind of hitting the ground and then disappearing into the storm beyond as you continue to push through, eyes squinted, into the middle of the main thoroughfare, gauging and looking at the orb. You eventually come over to the exterior of the shop where the hero family currently holds the ring beyond, but the door is closed.
Bank of Renewal?
Bank of Renewal.
Door's closed?
Yes.
Sorry, seeking shelter?
The door opens up, and already, like, at the gate, you see Adon there, like, eyes closed, like, quick, come in.
Thank you.
So sorry, thank you.
Oh, you are quite crazy to have been out there yourselves.
Well, we kind of got caught out there. We didn't plan for that. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Well, you're welcome to lay low for here as long as you need.
Oh, thank you. Oh. Goodness, quite the shop you have here.
Yes, don't take anything.
No.
Where would we go?
True.
Oh, if it lets up a little, then we do have to go back, and we do have to go back eventually. So if it doesn't let up, we're going to have to go back into it.
Right. Well, let's just see what happens.
All right. So, what do you do while you're in here?
Walk around.
Look around.
Look
Small
at the-
talk.
Okay. Giving some small talk and glancing around as you wait for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
There we go.
how have you been?
Good. How have you been? Oh, so much dust in my eye.
Yeah, you're You're real good. You're real good all the time.
I'm great.
You are.
Oh my god. Don't be so judgmental.
Oh, I'm not.
Ashton.
You're great. You're kooky. You're a good time. You're kooky. You're fun. Why?
Ooh, look at these weapons.
That's
fun.
Stay away from that flame.
I don't know. I'm making it up as I go.
Yeah, it's a jewelry shop. Well, it's more of like a
Look at these decorative
actually
weapons.
it's a pawn shop. So you may see. I would say yes. You do see a handful of weapons that are hanging. A lot of it's more like collectibles and jewelry and things that are more.
Where are the shop owners?
They're sitting on opposite sides of the room in the chair, just kind of watching the two of you as you make small talk.
So thing is, yoink.
Just kind of like glancing over the cases.
Yeah, no, I spend time. I've known a lot of kooky people in my time. They're always fun. And there's always other shit happening.
Looking to make a purchase while you're stuck here?
Maybe.
You know, I'm always like, I must say, I've got a little bit of, impulse control issues. And so while I wasn't looking, I'm kind of suddenly looking.
She has a lot of impulse controls issues.
Look at these rings.
If you want something, just get it.
What? What, life is short?
Life is short. Life is very short.
Why did you have to say that so, like, no, if you want something, get it?
It's right here. Is the ring here, by the way?
Yeah, is it here?
Make a perception check, both of you.
Oh, no. That always goes well.
14.
14? 16? You pick out the ring before you do. But yeah, it is still present and kind of set within these little, I want to say like softened leather that has these slits cut into it. They're kind of placed independently along the way to kind of reveal them, but keep them in place.
You know, I'm not really into, like, pawn stuff too much because it's hard to tell. It's quality, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't care about quality as long as it looks good. I mean, who cares what it's made out of as long as it does the purpose, which is...
No, what if it's, from a scorned lover and it's cursed?
Most of the scorned lovers I've ever met, they had shitty jewelry. So,
Yeah,
I mean, most of the ones I know kind of didn't have shit. So, it doesn't have to be a real ruby or whatever.
I don't know. Well, what do you see?
I don't know, look at that.
I don't know, I kind of like this one, though.
Yeah, that's nice, too.
Would you like any help?
I don't know. Just looking.
I got cash, whatever.
I guess we're stuck here for a bit. I guess we could try on some rings. All right, maybe we'll try on some rings. If you don't mind, I don't want to, you were so gracious to
Just going, so, yeah.
to open your doors.
All right, we can try on some rings. Let me see your fingers. Those are very...
Dainty.
Yeah, because you're still wrapped up, and it's like it's a closer look, and it's like, he's very cold to the touch.
Oh,
you should
sorry,
get. You need them to warm.
I have poor circulation.
Extremely poor.
I do not know if I have anything that might fit you.
It was from this shop.
That's true.
Yeah, pulls the ring that you pointed out, and it is like treasury, and goes, "This will not fit your finger. I am so sorry."
Well, what about you were the one who looked at it? Yes.
I'm going to put it on whatever finger, because this one's all full up with rings.
It's going to be a thumb for you. That's
All
made
right.
that's made for a dwarven digit.
It looks nice.
I like it.
It's all right.
How much?
Pure platinum.
Pure platinum.
Indeed.
Really?
Very good eye for quality, I say.
It is. I do like it.
How do you know it's pure platinum? How can you confirm that?
This is my job. I literally confirm the materials of which jewelry is made from. There are many
fine.
methods of looking
I'll
into
say,
it.
yeah, I've lived. This is a shop with a rep.
If you're feeling it's strong, so it'd be a 350 gold. Once again, pure platinum.
350 gold.
I mean, as you said, you deserve something nice. If you see something, get it.
It's been a while. Let's see. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
See it here. I look at him. I thought I was the one with impulse control issues.
Well,
Impulsive purchases.
I'm trying to take your example.
Hmm.
Let's say what is
The woman on the other side, by the way, who's sitting, the other member of the hero family that's watching this is just very intently watching both of your hands.
Sure. Not doing anything shifty.
No, not at all.
But they have run this business for a long time, and they're just keeping watch.
300 gold.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on.
Where's my persuasion? Oh, no. No. No.
I'm sorry, I have to stand firm. I have a business to run.
Look, I owe you anyway because, you helped cover me when I got this little guy, so I'll toss in 50 gold. Just say I've never done anything nice for you.
Okay, now you've done something nice for me.
Great.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Let's do it. We're buying it.
All right. Okay. Fantastic making a deal in an unexpected period of time, but hope you enjoy.
How much money do you have, T?
I have 300. I have more than 300. Do you not have 50 gold?
I have 50 gold.
Okay. I can cover the other 300.
Running out of
Very exciting
I know this was.
retail purchase.
We overcooked this way too far.
You did,
I
but
know.
D&D.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't want to do anything weird.
Well,
I'm
hold
gonna buy it
on.
back.
Think about it.
There's a lot of platinum involved, but
Purchased.
we're lining
I
up a
guess
kill
you
shot
buy
or
it?
something.
Nope.
Sometimes.
Playing it
Sometimes
straight.
you're just buying it.
I love it.
Shetty's already dead.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we buy the ring and we head back.
It could only be renewal.
we buy the ring. Once we're on the street, by the way, on the way back. I wasn't fucking kidding, by the way.
It's you guys just buy the ring and leave. Like, you can stay here for.
You got shit to do.
Sorry. No, bye.
The last thing you hear is the door closed. Like, what the fuck?
What do you mean?
You're very kooky.
I know.
Most of the people I've ever met who are very kooky are hiding a bunch of shit. Bad shit. I like the kooky. I don't mind bad shit. Most of my favorite people are a lot of bad shit.
You've already seen a lot of my bad shit
I
I
don't think I've seen more than maybe just the first branch of a very big tree.
You know about as much as I do right now, all right?
All I know is I watched what the fuck happened yesterday. Was that today? Jesus. No, that was yesterday.
Not one of my proudest moments.
No, that's okay. I was really curious what you were afraid of. So you were very afraid. And that freaks me the fuck out.
We can tell fresh-cut grass as much as he wants, as we want, that he does not have to be defined by his past trauma. But what happens when your past trauma does not loosen their grip? What if your trauma doesn't let you forget?
Well, and I'll admit I'm being a bit of a hypocrite here. I suppose my first instinct would be to break its fingers.
Too bad I can't break something I can't see.
Well, we'll have to work on that, won't we?
I'm open to suggestions.
I like you.
I like you too.
And I'm
You're
just
such a
putting
shit.
it there. I especially like you when you're being serious.
I've done a lot to try and run away, reclaim my life. It And it doesn't really seem to fucking matter at the end of the day.
No. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. But I figure I'm always going to be a bit broken, and I'm okay with that. I can work just fine. I can be the person I want to be and still be a bit fucking broken. But F.C.G, Imogen, I think they can fix themselves.
You and I were broken on a visual level.
Even
Quite
a fundamental one. You can still be the best broken thing you can be, though.
Absolutely. Do you think we're past redemption, beyond the point of return?
Fuck no. I mean, to be fair, I'm not even sure what redemption even means. I most days like who I am. At least I think I do. Most days I'm doing what I think is right until I'm proven not to be. Some days I do stupid shit. Some days you do stupid shit.
Most days.
But for some fucking reason I've decided this is the horse I have hitched myself to for a while. And I do not fuck around with that.
Oh, you mentioned fresh cut grass and Imogen, and I think where we have our similarities is that we've resigned ourselves to not being able to fix what's deep down inside. But if we can give them the life we never had.
I can even think that there's ways to work around it. I don't know. I worry about you. I suppose that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, that's sweet.
I just hope that, pay attention, maybe communicate with everyone a little bit more. Your bullshit is adorable, but not all the time.
As you press further into the storm, this conversation...
This fucking cord.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Which is great, too,
Sand.
because this gentle, soft conversation you're having at the table has been loudly shouted over the roaring sandstorm
we're right
while
here,
you're moving
actually,
through.
attempting,
Yeah.
Adorable, but don't.
Oh, it's adorable. I'm a big fan of having an intimate conversation right over here.
Everyone can see your damage.
No shit.
Meanwhile, Chutney, you vanished. What are you doing?
I just stayed in the room.
Stay in the room?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm out. I'm out. I'm running. I'm actually tiptoeing with my elven boots.
Yeah, I would like you to make a stealth check.
Stealth
Fine, with advantage because you're moving quietly while invisible.
Thank you.
I'm just going to keep focus up so if the blip moves.
Natural 20.
Ooh, we're at
Yay.
28.
What?
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. It's good you rolled that, because these hallways are not extremely wide, and there are other members of the call walking through, some of them like carrying materials, other ones coming out from above where they were just covered in dust and sand, and you basically are, while you're invisible, you're barely like dodging full on that Japanese game show where they're trying to make Tetris block shapes while it's coming at them, like different members of the call, you're having to like move around and not bump into them as they're like suddenly turning the corner and not make any noise. You deftly dodge between them, keep quiet as possible, heading towards past the staircase to the left. The staircase going up and to the left down, there is a downward staircase that leads into the basement. It is, however, closed off right now with what looks to be a barred grate.
Barred grate. All from floor to ceiling?
Actually, it's like a hatch grate that is currently held down and is locked. There is a padlock on it.
Well, let's get to work on that padlock.
Okay, go ahead and make a d20 roll, adding your proficiency modifier and your dexterity modifier.
Wait a minute, I have a thing for this, don't I? Sleight of hand. Is this a sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand is a stealing thing. If you took lockpicking as your other expertise, then that would be doubled.
Stealth, thieves, tools. Wait, I have. Oh wait, where's my fucking? I have a glove that helps. Yeah.
Yeah, +5 to that.
+5. Okay.
I have a glove that helps. Yeah.
You know,
Sorry.
you gotta check.
Sorry.
Okay. 17.
17. It takes you a moment. It's
18. Excuse me.
Ooh.
okay. 18 was the threshold. I was gonna say it takes you a moment to realize that this lock is not budging, but you just push a little further. You find the right tumbler. It clicks and it swings open, and the grate kind of makes a slight sound as you open it. There's that brief moment where you hold yourself, but nobody seemed to pay attention. Nobody was close enough to hear it. Not with the din happening outside, slamming the fortress.
Before I step through, can I look down the stairways and see if there's anything that looks like pressure plates, anything along the walls, any kind of
Make a
ridge?
perception or investigation check. Your call.
Investigation. I don't think I have advantage on that. 16 plus 5. 21.
Ooh. 21. Glancing about, you feel fairly comfortable that there isn't any sort of pressure plate or trap scenario in front. So, okay. So you head down the stairs. You head to the basement floor. Down here, there's a unique combination of scents. There is a faint smell of black powder that permeates the air, as well as like rust. A whiff of shit.
Oh, man. Don't shit where you blow.
And you come down the bottom of the stairs and turn around, and you can already see kind of this wider hallway that heads down to the opposite end and like goes further than the floor space of the fortress. There's actually like a series of tunnels and hallways beneath here.
Imogen, I'm downstairs. It smells like black powder and poo. I'll keep you posted.
Okay. So where are you headed from here? You're just on the stairs. Are you heading to where beneath you envision your room was?
Yeah, if it was straight down, I'll try and remember where I was and try and look down the hallway for any sort of compartments or doors that might be directly underneath.
Okay.
But also keeping an eye out for traps.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
I'm looking for everything.
I'm looking for all of it. Ooh, 10.
People,
10.
things, doors.
Feel pretty safe and comfortable that nothing here is trapped. You continue to the right side, which would lead you kind of to the area beneath where the building was. As you head down that hall, it opens up into another small room, kind of like the hallway kind of widens out into a large square chamber. And here you can see there are 6 different sets of prison bars, like jail cells down here. And on the right-hand side, you see... That's pretty good. You should be in the voiceover. Dubbing specifically.
I can't see it.
You see you see in one of these jails that most of them are empty, but to the right there is one of the larger ones between the bars. It looks like there's been furniture put in there. It's almost like this cell has been retrofitted to be kind of like a guest room, to be comfortable. There's been a bed placed in there with actual cushions, pillows. Looks like there's been a chair. There's been a bookshelf situated. And there is a latrine, which is where that faint scent was coming from, that your wolven nose picked up so accurately. But there, kind of sitting on the bed, book in hand, kind of reading glasses at the end of the nose, you see the handsome dark skin, dark hair, and somewhat haggard-looking, once nice robes of Armand Treshy.
I scan the down floor. The cells seem to be empty, but is there anybody down the hall? Do I smell any other scents other than the shit, black powder, poo, and him?
Those are all the scents you smell, but you glance down the hall, even on your... Yeah, you don't see anything.
Oh, God! I glanced down the hall.
Oh.
Yeah, it's further down the way, you don't see anything.
I don't trust it. It's too easy.
First warning signs.
Keep going down the hall.
Again.
That's our guy. You're
Yeah,
just
but I
gonna
got to
leave him
pick a
there?
lock. It's going to make noise. I'm going to have to slit his throat. That's going to make noise.
Okay. You continue down the hall, and it
Glad that
curves.
you reported to Imogen about the poop smell, but not
Imogen,
actually
I've
see.
located trash cans directly below it. However, the floor is not clear. Let me do a clean sweep. I'm going to stack some bodies. I'll get back to you.
Okay. As you continue down, it curves to the left, and there the hall continues on a lot further down. It looks like there are two small doors to the right, and then one large metal door on the far, far, far end. And there is walking towards you on this area two Paragon's Call really well-armored figures with, looks like, blades on each side that are just like patrolling through, and they're walking in your direction.
Cool. Cool. Are they like elbow to elbow, and how wide is the area? Like if I look at it, I'm like, if I go sideways, there's a 50-50 chance I turn sideways and they can walk right on either side of me?
That's about right, yeah.
Penis.
Why? Why is that funny tonight?
They're approaching. Do you back away or stay put?
Yeah, I'm gonna back away and just go back to the stairwell. See if they come all the way or not.
Okay. So you go ahead and head back to the staircase and watch as they approach. They're kind of walking alongside. One of them just kind of mutters to the other. They walk in. One of them walks up to Treshy's bars and kind of gives a little knock and is like, "You need anything?" Treshy goes, "No. I'm reading. Don't bother me." Goes back to his book. And they're okay. Just keeps walking. They both come back to the base of the stairs and turn right and head down the other hall, but one of them kind of stops at that point and kind of stands for a second, just keeping watch.
Right at the base of the stairs.
Just past the base of the stairs. So he has view of the hallway that the other soldier's going down, view of Treshy, view of the stairs, and view of the hall that continues down to the left turn where you first saw them.
He's gonna cross. He's right in the.
He's like sitting right there to have the best view of the position.
Sweet.
Oh, why can't I just assassinate people? Damn it.
Travis chat.
Where does one end?
Where does the other begin?
10 minutes left.
So I'm moving stealthily. I'm gonna move around him, and I'm gonna go down the tunnel past Treshy and go towards that large iron door down at the end.
Okay.
I'm gonna risk it.
All right, so you move down that hall. Make a stealth check for me now as you're passing directly in front of one of these figures again.
If I make a move on the lock, it makes noise. If I make a move on Treshy, the guard sees it. If I try and take the guard, the other guard's gonna come back. So I might as well see what's at the other end of this fucking hallway. 22.
22, not bad. You quickly dart back down, head down that hall, cruise down the opposite end of the hall, and as you begin to see this massive metal door come into frame, it is wider than the hall perspective you had when you first entered the hall. It seems like the door just gets bigger and bigger the more view you have of that. There is a small room with 2 tables and another Paragon's Call guard that is currently sitting there shuffling cards, just kind of absent-mindedly. It looks like there is a hole in the ceiling where a large chain is that he can pull on, like almost like a pull chain that just kind of goes up. You don't know what that leads to. But the metal door is massive. It's a vault door. It's a full, thick metal vault door.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I think. Oh,
all right.
Boy. Shit. This is good.
I'll start making my way back down the hallway to the stairs.
Okay. You curl back, you head back to the stairs.
And out.
And out. You go ahead and lift the latch, close it. Do you relock it or leave it open?
Yeah. Lock.
close it back up, and you head back to the chamber.
To the room.
And right about this time, we'll say you both have returned. And as you enter the chamber, the two very dusty, like dust-coated Laudna and Ashton had just sat down with the rest of the crew.
Did you steal the ring?
Oh yeah, we got it.
Why are you talking so loud?
Oh, sorry,
yeah,
we've been shouting.
Yeah, it was really.
It was so loud
yeah.
outside.
Okay. Inside voice.
We got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't steal it.
No. Oh my God! I paid a fortune.
We just paid it. We just paid for it.
That's successful, though.
Yes, we do have it. It wasn't really a good opportunity. We were the only ones, and
They'll never suspect a thing.
So you found Trashy?
Yeah. He's
Whoa.
downstairs.
Are you here?
Yep. One of 6 prison cells. He's got a nice setup.
Prison
the shitter's awful. Yeah, he's in a prison cell, locked in tight. There's 2 guards on sentry, and then there was a third in a kind of a boardroom down there. It was a large vault door and a big chain hanging from a room and another one. So too much for just me, as much as I wanted to.
Did it seem like he was packing up to leave, or did it seem like...
No, he's just sitting there in a big old comfy chair reading. Can you imagine? What an
Prison
existence.
cells and a vault door.
Yep.
So that means he could potentially be staying.
I think.
Or they're just protecting him until it's time to go.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a guest. I think he's cash. Like they wouldn't would they really put somebody they were trying to take care of in a prison cell, lock them in the vault?
technically
Well-
safer down there.
Exactly. It might
That's
be
a
the most-
lot of protection.
It is.
He might be paying a lot of money for it.
If you wanted to get out and get it's I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean, they asked him if they needed anything, but they seemed real cordial. I don't know. It's kind of wishy-washy, but we don't give a shit, right? We're here to get him.
Easier to get him out if he wants
But
to
I'd
leave.
need somebody to come with me. It was too much, even for me.
Well, I could help from up here. Potentially.
What else was?
It's the guards. They're not just dressy.
What else was down there?
6 cells that are empty except for his, 2 guards on sentry, 1 in the back room. Maybe more, give or take, if we go back another time. A big vaulted door and a chain that went all the way up into like a tunnel, but I don't know what that is unless they got a bell that they're ringing.
Yeah, maybe an alarm or
It's
something.
probably an alarm.
So our options are trying to get him out now and not set off an alarm and get ourselves trapped inside of a fortress, or to shift plans entirely, plant this ring on the crawler. I think they're moving him out. You said he was all threadbare and his clothes were shit. He's reading a book.
Mhm.
All his belongings, one would presume, are being loaded onto this thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Did it seem like he had his belongings all around him, or was it empty in the cell?
No, he had a bunch of nice furniture in there, right? The
I mean,
comforter.
for a prison cell, yeah, there was a nice bed that had been moved into it, like a bookcase, like the handful of things that could fit into their larger prison cell that would make it seem like a nicer, tiny apartment.
Like Hannibal
but you're
Lecter's prison cell.
kinda, yeah, but still behind bars.
So those. Shit.
Artana Bo's in town. Maybe the pressure's just getting too hot and he wants to get the fuck out.
That's what I assumed.
This is where I'd go if the pressure was too hot, though.
But if he was looking very skittish and cagey when we saw him on the roof, and that was a handful of days ago. And there was a bunch of guards around him who were like, all right, come on, Mr. Trashy, back downstairs. You've had your free time.
Well, it's an easy choice because when the crawler goes, he's either on it or he's not. If he doesn't go, we grab him here. But if he does go, we follow, figure out what the hell it is, and either grab him or deal with whatever problem is bigger.
Fuck, I just yelled at somebody about honesty issues. Those crates that we were loading with his name on it, those big crates, they were not actually his stuff, per se. Those crates were what I was trying to nab from Hexam's house way back in the fucking day.
What?
What are they?
I don't really remember. That's where everything got weird.
Well, what do you mean? Crates are crates, right?
These crates
I
are...
don't pay million now why I hid this.
The sound, the feel, the size, the label. This is...
I did mention maybe we should reach out to your dear old Joanna Hexam.
I think that
You've paid off your debt to her.
there is no such thing as really paying off your debt to someone like that.
Well, you can get back into debt by asking what was in the crates.
I think that she would have said something if she wanted me to know. I think that I think I'm gonna have to send out some fucking feelers that I don't really want to send out.
Why not just ask Hexam?
I mean, our theories at this point are that they're all construction materials for the thing out in the desert that's looking at the moon, right? And that's it.
Whatever's in those crates is more than construction materials.
Yeah, so if there's a destination B, can't hurt to ask her, because that's all we got.
I say we put the ring on the crawler and follow it. We know that Thule and this elf from the Cerberus Assembly and this Unseelie Court are collaborating somehow.
Yeah, ultimately, Trashy seems pretty low in the totem pole.
We're supposed to stay here and guard the place while they're gone.
That's cool.
If we all abandon our posts and chase after them, they'll know?
Well, we don't care about being good Paragon's clone
No, I
members.
know,
We care
but
about
someone
trashing.
might send word to the caravan that, hey, those 7 people that you left to protect your fortress all left.
Well, we can make all of that look.
For a time.
We can make all of that look a little odd and not necessarily pin it on us.
Okay.
There's lots of ways.
So first things first, we got to plant that ring?
First things first.
Or do we do that in the morning? Or in the middle of the night when everyone's asleep?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Now, Storm.
And there are 3 other people that I know of who might